You're live. I hope I'm alive.
We are live. I'm
We're live.
alive.
Yes.
I'm
Live from
alive. I'm
Florida
alert.
and Eureka. I think that's such a great name.
Eureka, I have found it.
Yes, Eureka. We found Eureka. So Barb's in the background. She's going to be helping me out today, reading some chat for me. Um,
So we
but
have Deb C. We have Carol, Teresa, Colleen. Hi,
yeah,
everybody.
yes.
Deb is going to swatch some new paint, but I'm just feeling too lazy. All right. Allergies. Spring. Happy
Um,
spring.
Sorry. Yeah, that's no fun. I've been very fortunate. I shouldn't even say anything. I've never been allergic to anything, but
Oh,
I,
knock on wood there.
I know a lot of people suffer greatly with allergies and all of that. So I've been very, very lucky. Um,
Sophia. Hey, Sophia.
Hi, Sophia. And Miriam's here. I saw Miriam early this morning, about 9 a.m., doing her stuff. So I'm
Hi,
going to,
Miriam.
gonna, yeah. Hi, Janet.
Hi, Janet Hart. Baum. I've given her a new middle name, Janet Hart.
Yes, I think, yeah, Carol, yeah, calls her Janet Hart. And Susan Popo calls her Janet Baum, something like that. Hi, Nashua. So lovely to see you. Yeah,
Hi, Nashua. Your name just slipped through there.
I know. I just happened to catch it. And we have the Colleen with two L's, not the other, the CK Colleen. It's a new Colleen. I not recognize these names from P&M Studio. So thank you so much for coming over. And
Hello, Carol. I'm being Carol today, y'all.
Hi, Carol.
Are you feeling better, babe?
I hope so. Yeah.
The voice is Barbara Clark. Hi, Sophia.
Yep.
I'm being Anne's prompter today,
Yes.
so she can do workies.
I know. I'm gonna. Hi, Julie.
She's gonna do work. Hi, Julie.
Well,
She's gonna do work, and I'm gonna sit here and do nothing and look at chat. So
there you
so
go.
y'all get seen. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're working on it, Carol. Keep working. You're getting better. All right.
Uh,
I'm gonna read from my favorite book. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I finish. Oh, I know what I'm gonna read when I finish this. I've got another book in my mind, but all I really need to know, I learned in kindergarten, and now it's decided to be focused. I don't know. My camera has its mind of its own today. And the essay I'm going to read today is the Mermaid. So here we go. Giants, wizards, and dwarfs was the game to play. Being left in charge of about 80 children, 7 to 10 years old, while their parents were off doing parenting things, I mustered my troops in the church social hall and explained the game. It's a large scale version of rock, paper, and scissors and involves some intellectual decision making. But the real purpose of the game is to make a lot of noise and run around chasing people until nobody knows which side you are on or who won. Organizing a room full of wired up grade schoolers into two teams, explaining the rudiments of the game, achieving consensus on group identity. All this is no mean accomplishment, but we did it with a right goodwill and we're ready to go. The excitement of the chase had reached a critical mass. I yelled out, "You have to decide now which you are, a giant, a wizard, or a dwarf." While the groups huddled in frenzied, whispered consultations, a tug came at my pants leg. A small child stands there looking up and asks in a small, concerned voice, "Where do the mermaids stand?" Where do the mermaids stand? A long pause, a very long pause. Where do the mermaids stand? Says I. Yes, you see, I am a mermaid. There are no such things as mermaids. Oh, yes, I am one. She did not relate to being a giant, a wizard, or a dwarf. She knew her category, mermaid, and was not about to leave the game and go over and stand against the wall where a loser would stand. She intended to participate wherever mermaids fit into the scheme of things, without giving up dignity or identity. She took it for granted that there was a place for mermaids and that I would know just where. Well, where do the mermaids stand? All the mermaids, all those who are different, who do not fit the norm, who do not accept the available boxes and pigeonholes. Answer that question and you can build a school, a nation, or a world on it. What was my answer at the moment? Every once in a while, I say the right thing. The mermaids stand right here by the king of the sea, says I. So we stood there hand in hand, reviewing the troops of wizards and giants and dwarfs as they roiled by in wild disarray. It is not true, by the way, that mermaids do not exist. I know at least one personally. I have held her hand. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
Yeah. So
that's sweet.
look out for the mermaids because they're there. They are there. All right. As advertised, and I hope I do P&M justice today. I've been pondering about what I was going to do using stencils and stamps without involving a jelly plate. My jelly plate and I have issues, and we have had issues for quite a while. So I figured I would circumvent the jelly plate. Even though I own several, and I have for years, that doesn't mean I necessarily have to use it. Hi, Andy. So I'm going to use a very fancy word, frottage, which is a rubbing, and I'm going to rub the stencils. Now, the stencil set that I had chosen, because Mariah was P&M was very kind. Hi, Christopher. Great to see you too.
Yeah, some other people have come in. Sophia's come in, Christopher, Brenda, Angie, and Teresa asked me a question. I did 4 rows in the border on my hat, in the brim of my
Great.
hat, and
Super.
I did a single crochet row before I started increasing for the brim.
Excellent. That must be crochet and hooker talk. Is that a bunch of hookers?
Crochet and hooker talk. That's hooker talk.
Hooker talk. That's what I figured. It was hooker talk. Yeah. They tried to teach me to be a hooker, and I tried, and I haven't given up. I just haven't been persistent enough. So the set that I chose is called Unicorn Flowers, and it is designed by Fran on the Edge. So here's a big hi to Fran on the Edge. Yes, Angie, Angie's surgery is on May 10th, and the waiting is horrible, but it'll be here soon enough and over soon enough for you. So we'll be thinking of you. So in this set came 12 masks, and the masks were all in. I guess this is whoops. I lost my light over here. Let's see. I guess this is the stencil, and inside the stencil sit the masks, and there's 12 masks that sit in here. It's like one big puzzle. I'm not doing anything with the stencil per se, so I'm just going to throw that over here on the floor. That's where everything goes when I'm streaming. I just toss it on the floor. And I tried several different methods of frottage.
Nettie. Hi, Nettie.
Hi, Nettie. Good to see you.
Oh, Reverend Sonia. Wait, where'd it go? She went way up there.
Ooh,
Rev Sonia Patterson, first time in the stream. Welcome.
thank you for being here. Awesome. I hope you heard me reading from Robert Fulghum. Yeah, this is great. I see that, a first time visitor. Yeah, I have taken my subscriber only off. So we're kind of, I think all of the creepos have settled down for a while. So we're good. So these are the masks, and there's 12 of them. And I tried frotaging on tissue paper. I tried frotaging on the back of the napkin. That did not work that well. I did tissue paper and then glued the tissue paper to copy paper and then worked with it then. And then I realized that I could just go directly to copy paper. So that's what you're going to see me doing tonight. I've already made a bunch of them. And eventually they are going to kind of be in a floral type of arrangement. At least that's my plan. So I'm going to start, and I'll show you the ones I did in a minute after I kind of. So frottage is just a rubbing. Maybe you've done this as a kid. A lot of people sometimes go to cemeteries. And thanks, Nettie. Thumbs ups. It would be greatly appreciated. And you rub a tombstone to get the information. When you go to the wall, the Vietnam Memorial in Washington D.C., they actually have paper and pencil there. Oh, hi, Miriam. Good to see you. Mariah, rather. Mariah, thank you.
Mariah. Hi, Mariah.
Mariah, that's the M of P&M.
It is. Uh-oh, it's the P&M police here.
Uh-oh. But she's late, so you're all right. So
Mariah, it's Barbara Clark in the background for all you people who can't see me. I'm reading chat for her.
yes.
Or making some attempt to.
No, you're doing a great job. So I'm going to rub this, and it's regular just copy paper. And I've tried, again, I tried all sorts of, I don't know what vessel, this is not a substrate, but various things from Prismacolors to pastels to oil pastels to charcoal, a whole plethora of various things. And the Inktense became the go-to vessel. So, and so and I'm going to do this, ended up being, it's kind of a grungy color. And the nice thing about this is it's a large, flat, wide area. And you can just do a couple of sweeps, and then you've got a nice image. So here we go. You got to hang on to it. Look how beautiful that is. Come around this way. Come back up this way. Get the inside.
That's gorgeous. So are you going to go over that with water?
No, I'm not. Because I really don't, because if I go over it with water, then I'm going to lose the definitions. What I'm going to seal it with is matte medium.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that. But wait.
You can do that on your jelly plate maybe, because if you do it with a brush or a roller,
yeah,
it'll go wonky.
Yeah. I'm not happy with this, but I will do cool. I'll do this. I'll do it, and then I'll do another one. But you can see how it brings out the details of the mask. But this is just the beginning of this. But you'll see when I put this on, and I'm using Liquitex matte gel. Yeah, the good stuff. I mean, you could put a fixative on it, but this works just fine. And it doesn't mess with it too much.
Oh. But it takes some of the color. Did you use like a brown or an umber?
It's actually it's an olive green color.
Oh, okay.
And
Well, that's really cool.
I don't know what the name of it is. Okay, so that's that. And I'm going to dry it real quick. So a little heat gun noise. My heat gun is kind of rattling a little bit. And of course, if I left it like this, it's kind of boring. So I'm not done with this. You'll see what I'm going to do next to jazz it up. You'll see some jazz hands, right? And I'll do one of the inside urchins, sea urchins. Has anybody ever eaten urchins, sea urchins? Pick them up and they're all spiny, and people scoop out the middle and eat them. I've never eaten them. They're right up there with escargot. Where did I get that glue at? The Liquitex? Is that what she's asking? This is just regular matte medium. I got it on Amazon. There's Golden makes it. There's generic brands. You can get it, anywhere. All right, so this is dry, perfectly dry, and now it's kind of sealed because I did this also with the pastels, and I did the matte medium on it, and it did seal the pastels, but they're just so dusty, and such a mess. So what I did next is this. I don't want to go too far with the heat gun. I'll put that next to me. I then decided that I would, let me stick this in some order, use another product that I have a lot, one of those things that I have a lot of that I never use. I know many of us are in that situation. We have stuff that we never use. And this is the Timmy embossing glaze. You can see that it's kind of, and I bought the complete set when they first came out. And so I'm gonna put embossing glaze. You've eaten snails just once. Yeah, I used to have to prepare snails at this restaurant that I worked at. And it was like everyone dreaded having to do that. So we all kind of hid when it was time to make them. And we would take the snails, and they would come in a can. They were kind of slimy. And we would take a button mushroom and pop out the inside of the mushroom and pop the snail inside the mushroom, and then just cover it with a big thick layer of garlic butter. And it was put under the broiler and served as an app, but nobody wanted that prep job. Everyone kind of hid when it was time to do that. So I'm going to take my embossing ink pad that says emboss it, which I will. Yes, that's true. Not all. Yes, that's very true. Not all gel mediums are the same. This is actually the first time I've ever bought Liquitex. I normally use Goldens. Oh, and there's another brand, the Artist Workshop, AW something.
Hi, so Janice.
Hi, Janice. That's Barbara Clock in the background, reading, chatting, saying hey to everybody.
Yeah, Brenda, my clear gesso, I have Liquitex clear gesso, and it's gritty, but Actually, I got some Dina Wakley clear gesso, and it's not gritty. So yeah.
Huh. Now I've got clear gesso. I've got black gesso, white gesso. I have heavy duty gesso. I know they make gesso now with colors. I don't know why you would spend money to do that. You can just add paint to your gesso and color it. Actually, clear gesso, I guess. I think that's what you do. So I'm going to sprinkle some of this olive greenish embossing powder on this.
And I'm going to go get me some more coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay. I will hold down the fort. I finally treated myself to one of these little trays, and they work, but I still have accidents with this stuff. Oh my gosh, I had it everywhere today. You know how it's very gritty and it gets on your hands, and so now I'm going to do this color first, and then I will, after I get this situated and knocked off, I will put another color in the middle of the flower or the urchin. Okay, that's good. And I have a turtle story to tell you. I know, turtle. Not a sea urchin story, other than I saw people eat them. They eat them raw like clams, which I thought was interesting. But that was in Spain. I live on a pond, and we have something that's called a soft-shell turtle. And they are ugly. The poor things. They are not like your friendly little Disney turtle, you know. And they are not very attractive. And I heard a pounding on the side of my porch the other morning. I couldn't imagine what it was. And I got up and looked down, and it was a big soft-shell turtle. And every time she walked, her big foot, paw, I don't know what you call it, hit the side of the porch. And the bottom panel of the porch is aluminum. So it made a racket. The cat was going crazy. And she was lumbering right along the side of the porch. And then I have an open area in my hedge where some bushes have died. And she began to dig. She was getting ready looking for a place to lay her eggs. And she rooted around, and she left that area, came back, dug some more, came back, dug some more. And she had made like a little hole. And then I left because this was a long, laborious process. And a couple of years ago, a soft-shell turtle had come up on the lawn at my neighbor's house, and she had a tree removed, and they had ground the stump, so there was this big area that was all this beautiful soft area for a turtle. I don't know if it's the same one, I doubt it. And the turtle laid its eggs, but unfortunately that day there were a whole bunch of crows that were up in the trees and were watching every move that she made. Bye, Angie, take care. And the crows swept down and ate all the eggs. Even by the time she got back to the pond, all the eggs were gone. Poor thing. But the other day when this turtle was laying its eggs, and I'll tell you why I think she successfully laid her eggs, there were no birds about. There were no birds anywhere. So I think she may have been successful. The only reason why I think she laid her eggs is because when I went back and looked at that area later on, hi, Candy, it was completely flat. It's like a human being had gone in there and covered up that hole and made it perfectly flat. Now, she didn't lay her eggs there I doubt she would have come back and cleaned up her mess. I mean, so that's why I'm thinking that maybe she successfully laid her eggs. The gestation period is 2 to 3 months, and they can lay anywhere from, I think, 8 to 28 eggs. And of course, the baby turtle eggs have a very low survival rate, very much like the hi, Lena, like sea turtles do. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping it'll be pretty exciting. And then that all took place yesterday. And then today, this afternoon, I heard that pounding sound again out on the porch. I went out, and today it was a Disney turtle, like the turtle, the tortoise, like the box turtle that was walking across along the side of my porch. And he kept on walking. He walked right over where the eggs were, I hope. And then last night, God, I went out there again. I know. There was a friggin' snake slithered across my patio. Oh, Lordy, I'm over it. I don't mind the turtles and I don't mind the lizards, but snakes. All right, so hopefully you're going to see magic, because that's what's, when you do embossing, I think it's like magic. And this is, I have no idea. Tim Holtz calls this product embossing glaze. I have no idea. Maybe someone knows the difference between glaze and regular embossing powder. But this is glaze. I think the glaze is transparent. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, Janice. And I thought maybe this was a baby snake. So I don't think this snake could have gotten to the eggs. But I've seen bigger black snakes, and they could definitely make a meal of those turtle eggs. So that's what I'm afraid of.
All right, I'm back.
All right. Well, I am now embossing with Timmy's embossing glaze. We've got 2 colors going on here. And you see? Now, this is kind of a grungy color. Yeah, that's right. It's like transparent. Yeah. They're really nice. And when he comes out with a new color, he usually comes out with the corresponding, distress ink and glaze, and at least he used to. And then Joggles used to sell everything. I don't think so, Lena.
Miss Lena is here. Hi there, you.
Yeah, I loved what she did yesterday. She did the grid thing.
I know she did, and I haven't seen the whole thing yet.
Oh, you got to watch the whole thing. I actually attempted to do that, and I'm not the artist that Lena is, at least not yet. And what I did was I taped down, I used index cards, and I taped them on this with painter's tape. And I taped them so that they all end. When I pulled the tape off, they all have one of those really neat white borders around.
Oh, lovely.
I'll show it to you.
Yes, Lena, it's Miss Barbara C.
Yes, it is.
I'm reading chat for Anne so she can play and be creative.
Well, trying to be.
And so show us shit. Show us stuff.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like. It's been glazed. Because I'm going to cut this out. Cut it out. No, and my hands are all sticky from the stuff. So this is another option for using the masks. I'm just in awe of people that use the jelly plate. And I'm not that person. I have tried. Deb Farrell and I did a a 2-hour stream last year, I do believe, sometime. And after 2 hours, I think I had one successful pull. And people were there trying to help out. You have it on too long, you don't have it on long enough, you have too much paint, you don't have enough paint. And I understand that that's just a lot of practice. You know what I mean? To get a feel for. And I've watched Robin McClendon, and I've watched Patricia, and I've watched so many other people do jelly plate stuff. And I haven't given up. I just didn't want to. I figured it would be nice to do something a little different with this beautiful gift that I was gifted.
I think it's great to do something different. However, I have to say about bad jelly prints is that I cut them all up and they make the most excellent washi tape.
Yes, yes. And that's what, or, collage paper. So
Yeah.
here's my flower.
I think that's really neat. Look at that.
And, but wait, there's more. No, I'm not. I'll show you the other ones I made. And I have to do something with my hands because now they're gritty. Gritty. Let me get a handy wipe.
Brenda, has anybody seen Journal Artista Paula in 100 years? I've missed her so much.
Oh, I haven't seen her recently.
I have not seen her.
I discovered her when she came around, like the second time around. You know what I mean? I did not know her the first time around.
Right.
And then she was in the Toronto area, I do believe. And I haven't seen her.
Now I hope she's okay.
Yeah.
I know she was gone through struggles.
Yes.
She's okay. Bless her heart. She was one of my first jelly plate teachers.
Actually, I remember. That's what I thought. She lives in the Toronto area. That's what I thought. I think she was the very first person I ever remember seeing do frottage, and she did it in a composition notebook, as I recall. Now, I saw Nina Rabina did this, but she didn't do this. She did frottage with a stencil, and she used oil pastels, and I can't remember what else she used. But I'm not going to say I'm the only one, but I basically, using the glaze on it just brings it to another level, I think. So that's what. Now I'll show you the rest of them. I made a whole bunch of them. I figured I wasn't going to have you. It's dated 2013. Yeah.
Wow, Sophia. Goes back a ways. That's 10
years.
Yeah,
when you say 2013, you figure, oh, that's not that long ago. Well, and all of a sudden you go, wait a minute, it's 2023. That's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I found stuff from, 2016, 2015. I discovered this when I was still working. So I'm going to make a floral arrangement, and I have but these are some of the other ones I made. I love this one personally.
Oh, yeah.
And
wow.
I used clear embossing powder on this one. And I love that blue. So I'll show you. And here's a red one with the yellow miller. And here are some of the spiny ones, the other part of the masks.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Here's another.
Oh, wow. So did you glaze every one of those, Anne?
Yes, I did.
Oh, wow.
And here's another. I love this blue. Here's another little. Cutting these out was a bit of a bitch, but
Mariah's calling those the urchins. Those are the urchin parts.
yes, the urchin. This is the part you would eat if you were eating urchins. You scoop it out.
Ew.
Nah. And this is another one that I did with crayon, and it didn't, as you can see, this was just a regular crayon, and you don't get well-defined lines with this one. This is the last one I did, and I didn't cut this one out, but I would have cut this out, but I don't think I need it. But here are these two that are similar. This one's just the next size up. But this, I guess, this would be my favorite. I just love that blue. And the fact that it's clear. So that's the actual color. And of course you can see right in the middle here where I didn't get embossing, didn't get the embossing glaze on the middle. And you know, you can see, and if you go back and you try to redo it, it doesn't really work. I tried to go back on this one, and it doesn't allow you to do a redo on it. So here are the flowers, or the set. If you're interested, the name of the set is Urchin Flowers. So I made me some flowers. Thank you, folks. I fretted over this. I fretted and fretted and fretted, and I'm not much of a fretter, but I was concerned about but when I decided I was going to frottage and then figured out other things to do. So next thing I did, I went out into the garage and looked at my cardboard stash. I have all my cardboard nicely kind of stacked and out in the garage. I took my grandson out there. His eyes got really big because I've got him hooked on cardboard too. So he was really impressed with. My grandkids call me Granny Annie, so he was very impressed with Granny Annie's cardboard stash. Oh, the other thing, another little side story. I've been trying to get leather needles for my sewing machine because I've made a couple of leather journals and I wanted to do some sewing with the leather, and I need needles that are strong enough to go through the leather. So I ordered a set of leather needles from Amazon, and they were supposed to be delivered April 16th, and they got lost in transit, and then you had to wait the obligatory 48 hours before you can declare that they're missing in action, so to speak. So I finally get the okay. They said, okay, obviously they're not going to arrive. And what you can do is now you can put in for a refund. Now, this is one of those catch-22s. There's no place where you can put in for a refund if something's missing. You can put in for a refund with the understanding that you're going to return something. Well, I have nothing to return.
Oh.
It never came. And you can open I swear to God, you can open every freaking box and put everything in. I put missing parts, anything, but nowhere does it recognize the fact that it never arrived. So I called them. And I spoke to a human being eventually, and she apologized and blah, 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 and said, oh, and I just asked for a refund. And then I went back online and I just ordered them again, and they were delivered today. And they took a picture, right? So this is the package that they came in. Unfortunately, there's nothing in the package. It's empty.
You're kidding.
Nothing.
Oh my God.
So try to explain that. So one of the prompts is missing parts or something. So I clicked on that. But then in order to get a refund, it basically implied that I had to mail something back. but I had nothing to mail back.
Weird.
So I called and I talked to a lovely gentleman, probably in Mumbai, would be my guess by his accent. And I tried to explain to him. And it took a while before he finally understood that. He said to me, "Well, it's been delivered." And I said, "Yes, I know it's been delivered. The guy that delivered took a lovely picture of it sitting on my porch." I said, "Yes, I know it's been delivered, but there's nothing in the package." He went,
Wow.
"Oh, okay. Can I put you on hold?" So he put me on hold for whatever. And then I said, "Yeah, I'd still like them." He said, "Well, I'll expedite it and you'll get them tomorrow." Well, we shall see whether we get them tomorrow or not. Anyway, I wanted to share my Amazon story with you. I mean, I buy a lot of stuff from Amazon, and yes, that's right. It reminds me of my game. Where in the, I don't think that's what I called it, but where in the hell is my package, right? My postal game. So I went out. I digressed. There was another rabbit hole. But anyway, I went out in the garage and got a piece of cardboard, which I have gessoed, so you don't have to watch me gesso. And this piece of cardboard on the other side is, I bought a guillotine cutter. So I saved this piece of cardboard. Must be loving them, yeah. Well, a while back, I had ordered a case of tuna fish packed in water, and I buy this for my cat. And I received a case of tuna fish packed in vegetable oil. And on the labeling, this, I swear to God, there's a red label about yay big, red, mind you. It says packed in vegetable oil. I don't know how you could miss that. Honest to God. So I went online and they basically said, don't mail it back, just keep it and we'll credit your account. So I got 24 cans of tuna fish packed in oil, which I've subsequently been trying to convince my cat to eat. And I'm not winning this battle at all. So she's now down. Yeah, and I'm concerned because I have to get this medicine in her because she's got arthritis and she needs to take her arthritis medicine. So I cut out this little picture. This is wallpaper. And this is a picture of a picture. I had a picture of a picture. And I'm going to do something here, but this is what I'm in. Yes, someone's enjoying my sewing needles. I mean, it's not really an exciting. I really thought that they would just say, keep it. So I'm gonna put together a little floral arrangement here and do something in the background. I have to wow up the background a little bit. And I might use something that I haven't used in a long time too. And I don't know whether I want to do that, which is kind of interesting. Put the two of those together. And that might be interesting, just to layer that up like so. Let this one stand alone. The blue one. But let me do something in the background. And what I'm going to use in the background is something else that I haven't used in a long time. And that's kind of the goal, to use something new.
Hello,
something.
Tina, welcome.
I'm sorry?
Tina?
Oh, hi, Tina. Hello. I'm going to use my brushos. Let's hear it for the brushos. Yay! The crowd goes wild. We're going like the hell of brushos. You've forgotten the poor lonely brushos, because when the magicals came out, the poor brushos had to take a back seat. Here are my little brushos. So let's brush over the back. You have these. Okay, Sophia.
Bye, Sophia.
Thanks for being here. The good old brushos. How many of you have brushos and haven't used them in a while?
I don't have any brushos.
Why not?
Well, it got to be a storage issue. I've got one little tiny set of magicals. Here, I'll prove it. This is it.
All right.
Oh, you don't have me on there. But anyway, I do.
Oh, here, let me see. All right. Okay, you got a tube.
That's it. Mad Hatter colors.
I have those. Bye,
You have
Nettie.
those?
Thanks for coming.
That's the only one I have.
Yeah, I have a couple of tubes. The problem with those, it's very hard to get those tops off. I'll tell you what, that's a challenge to get the tops off.
You can take me off again because I'm not doing anything that y'all care about. There you
All
go.
right, there you go.
This is Barbara Clark in the background, just reading for the creator here.
Oh dear. the creator, yes.
Hi, Stella.
Oh, Deb C says no brushos and no magicals here.
No brushes and no magicals.
That was said rather emphatically.
Janet's put a man's Facebook group in the chat.
What?
Janet has put up your Facebook group in the chat.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, now, there's two ways you can use brushos. You can sprinkle them on dry and spritz them, or you can spritz and then put it on. So and I did this is a Mike Deacon thing I saw with a little hole. Hi, Stella. And so I'm going to sprinkle like a little salt and pepper, right? And I'll just sprinkle some brushos on I probably should have given this another coat of gesso, but I didn't. And I do have water, which is a good thing. Let's see. Woo! Woo! Looky there. Ooh.
Woohoo.
Woohoo!
Oh my goodness, she put up my channel. Thank you, Janet. One of these days I'm going to put a new video on there.
I didn't even know you had a channel.
I do.
That's the best kept secret in the internet.
I know it's just under my name, and there are like 100,000 of us on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not really trying to be seen.
Well, I would assume that you're incognito.
Sort of, but that's okay. I don't need to be seen except by the people who need to find me, and then I'll tell them.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so now I'm going to wet this and do it the other way around.
That's pretty. I
It
love
is.
that color.
Isn't that a pretty? That's actually a purpley blue. Oops. Let's see what happens when I add a little red. That's not as dramatic as putting it down first and then adding the water. Oh, it looks pretty good though. I'll just give it a spritz of water. I feel like I want to say pass the, uh-oh. We got mixture. And if anybody can make mud, I'm the mudster. I never think about that. Whoops.
Oh, thank you, Teresa. I do have flip throughs. You can go on there and you can find all my Journaling by 5 flip throughs, which are a couple of years old now, but they're fun.
Oh man, someone was talking about those the other day. I think it was Becca. Becca Creates. Those were so much fun to do. you know.
They were doing Beth and Becca and
Yeah.
Dana
Yep.
on Dana's channel on Wednesday did
Yep.
journaling by fives, and it's still fun to watch.
It's fun to do.
It is fun to do.
Because it gets you out of that when you stop and ponder everything you're going to do, you know,
Yeah.
which just slows you down. I think I'm going to do this. I like it better when you kind of sprinkle it down first, and then I'll turn this around so you can see the top. I'm not really good at mixing. Let's see, like so. A little seasoning here. But this really works when you put it in a little. I gave the French teacher at the school that I taught at like a little bit of these, you know, in a baggie. I gave her like, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a teaspoon of each. And she's a watercolorist, and she just loved them. She flipped out. So she'd never heard of them, never used them. So, but this works.
Beth, note we're going to do it again Wednesday, 4:30 Eastern time on Dana's channel.
Thank you.
Journaling by fives again.
All right.
All right, girls.
I might join in on that. That's just so much fun. I always have a composition notebook lying around. All righty. We're just going to leave that like so. Whoops. And I think I'm going to make a mess. Well, I just lost my light again. That is pretty. Let's blot that up a little bit. 4:30 Wednesday, Dana's channel. Is that correct? Did I remember that right?
Yeah, 4:30 Eastern on Dana's channel.
All right.
What is that? Scrappy?
Oh, that I don't know.
Round 2. All right.
So that looks kind of interesting. I think I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to give it a little heat. I'm a coward when it comes to moving, adding more, because I know I'm going to end up with mud unless I get out the color wheel. And that's one thing that I've not been able to. No, there it is. How does that look? Well, that looks pretty good. This could be like the table here. This is going to be very colorful, to say the least. Or to say the most. Why do people say to say the least?
Hi, Marty.
Hi, Marty.
There, Janice. Scrappy Girl Dana Yates.
Thank you. I think I actually found one of those composition notebooks where I did the first journal by fives. Now you're given, as I recall, it's 20 pages, correct? I think 20 pages. 5 minutes to do 20 pages. And
no. But where are we? Anne, 20 pages, 15 minutes for each stage. And so you work on 20 pages at each stage. So like the first stage is slapping paint down on 20 pages in 15 minutes.
Okay.
And the second stage is
whatever
recycled stuff, pieces
right.
of stuff.
Whatever you want it to be. Gotcha.
Right.
So it's 15 minutes
15 minutes each segment.
Okay. Last week we cut it in half.
Yeah, they did 10 pages, so they cut the time in half and worked in 7-minute segments.
Marty said, I think it's lovely, Anne, to say the in between, not the least. All right. Oh, that's right up nice. Oh,
10
well.
and 10. Okay, they're doing 10 pages in 10 minutes. Okay. Barbara's talking, Marty. Barbara Clark. I say hi to you on all sorts of different streams.
Yes. Eureka!
Eureka. I'm in Eureka.
I know. I have a map.
I sent
Sent
Ann
me a map.
of my house.
It's hysterical. It's one of those. I think what inspired you was like the map that I got from the map that I have from New Smyrna Beach that I got from
Yes,
Beth.
I thought that you probably needed maps of all of us where we
Yes.
live.
Well, I think it was wonderful that you actually you actually circled your house.
Well, I know. I put
And
a
said,
heart
this
on
is
my
where
house.
Barb C lives, right there. So if you're ever in Eureka, you can find, you can get one of these maps that you're not supposed to use for navigational purposes. I thought that was hysterical. When they have all of these, provisions and like, this is not meant for real purposes, or like plastic pots and pans that say on the bottom of them, do not use on a stove. On a frozen pizza, it says, basically don't eat the box. I mean, things like, those, when you see those things, I mean, I can go on and on and on, but whenever you see those warnings, that always tells me that means that somebody did that somewhere along the line.
Right. And
because how else would you basically say, don't eat the pizza frozen? That's true. That's right. Mariah said, this is always going to move if it gets wet. So I will not take it outside in the rain. Unless I could seal it though, right? If I wanted to, I could brush clear gesso on it and it would be. Well, there's a thing called the Darwin Awards. That the Darwin Awards don't have happy endings, unfortunately. That means that they didn't make their stupidness.
And Mariah's putting in a note in there. One of the things to remember about brushos is even when they are dry, they are not set. Any liquid will reactivate the brushos.
That's right. I read that. So when they're dry, they're not. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. So when they're dry, they're not. And Marty says forever, Mariah. Yes, forever. I kind of knew that, but I'm glad you reminded me because I totally
Janice
forgot.
says, when I hear somebody say Eureka, I remember an old joke where you say in response, well, you don't smell so good yourself. Eureka.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that either, Janice. I think that must be from your part of the country.
Yeah.
It's not from Eureka, where I'm from.
No, because Eurekians don't reek, right? Is that what you call yourself? Are Eurekian? Someone from Eureka? So you're I don't know.
Marty, I think yes. I think the answer to that is yes. Forever, the brushos will move if you put liquid on them.
Unless you seal it, I'm assuming.
Unless you seal it.
Yeah. I'm going to do the little thingy here.
Also, I like to use the gel plate.
Yes.
To seal things like that, because you can lather it up with matte medium or whatever, and whatever you want, actually. Gloss medium, matte medium, and just slap your thing down on it and pick it up, and it will activate it a little, but it won't run as much as if you spread it with a brush.
Oh, okay. Good to know whenever I get my gel plate out. So you do that for the purpose of sealing something?
if I need to seal it. If I'm just putting it in my book, I won't bother.
Right, because you're not going to go in there and add water to it.
Right, unless I spill the coffee on it, and then it'll just be a coffee dye journal page.
Right, and then it'll be a happy accident. I'm not sure I like that. But...
Or an unhappy one.
Right, yeah.
All right.
You got to think of those expressions. A happy accident. Nah, I'm not so happy. Nah, not so much.
But
right?
not so happy accident.
No, not so happy. Especially if it's something that you've worked on. All right. Okay. Now the other thing, I need to figure out what I want to use as a stem or stems.
Mary Lou is here. Hi, Mary Lou, at your daughter's this weekend.
How are you making out? I'm glad you popped in. I hope everything went well this weekend. Oh, wow, that's really wet. Okay. All right, I need some stems. What do you think, Lily? Lil the pill? What should I make a stem out of? I got all sorts of, here's something I can use. I can tear this up. How about this to be a stem? So how's the weather in Eureka?
It's gorgeous today. It's kind of a high overcast. The lilacs are all in bloom. The rhodies are all in bloom. So outside my window is beautiful. Apple tree. What is that? That's beautiful.
This is a masterboard I made ages ago.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. I came across them. I have a whole slew of these. I'm glad everything. Actually, I had to take that back. This is not my work. This is not my masterboard. This is Rosemary's.
Ah, that's beautiful too.
That's a Rosemary masterboard. Here's one of my masterboards. It's a little bright.
Ooh.
Chicken. Oh, maybe I'll use that. Yeah. I just scanned something for the very first time. I'd never scanned anything. I never understood why scan stuff when you just, copy it. But now I know the value of scanning. Because you can go, well, then you obviously have a digital file of it, right? But, and you probably know this, because you can go in and you can change the pixels. So I scanned I think a masterboard like page I had made, and I scanned it, and then I went into the Epson, the Epson scanner, the Epson Echo printer software, and changed the pixels to 600 pixels and cranked it way up, right? And then I printed that out on my Brother color laser printer. Oh my God. It was gorgeous.
Really? So did your pixels work out okay when you upscaled it?
Yeah, I didn't. Really? I didn't expect that to happen.
I didn't either. Usually they say not to upscale things. You have to.
No, I cranked it all the way up to 600, the highest it would go.
Wow.
And I figured, what do I have to lose? Nothing. A piece of paper, right? What am I out? A piece of paper. See, Julie's doing laundry.
Oh, Julie, hurt your leg. Oh, ow.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
That reminds me, laundry. I got to go get something out of the dryer. Be right back.
All right. You don't want it to get wrinkled.
No.
That reminds me of, what did I scan in? I just scanned in a masterboard type of thing that I had made. And, oh man, the colors were, and I didn't print it out on my Echo printer. I was able to print it out on the Brother. The Brother. When I bought the Brother laser printer, it was really a great price. And I was like, ooh, this is great. The reason why it's a great price is it only prints It doesn't do anything else but print. It doesn't scan. It does nothing but print. So a lot of times I will download something into Google Drawing and then manipulate it in Google Drawings and then print it. But this worked. I was very happy with the end result. And I had to buy, it's interesting, I ended up with, I had to replace the yellow. Is that the cyan? Is that the yellow? All the other levels are good, but I had to replace the yellow toner cartridge. So I bought them all. So and now I have a file of that, which I could share if I wanted to. I've got a whole bunch of masterboards, and there'd be more than I could just make a file, right, and just give them away. I love making masterboards. I don't know whether this is really going to work, but we'll just see. It seems a little mo busy, but it'll be colorful. And let's start. There. That there. And we'll do this here. I don't like that. I like that. Maybe, no. Let's see, what can we put there? We have the green. Yeah, that's okay. Or maybe this blue. This is where I get flummoxed. There's a great word, isn't it? Flummoxed. I'm flummoxed a lot. I like these, but you know what I should put there is a little brag. Miss Marvelous Mariah.
All right, I'm back.
All right. That reminded me of a laundry story. When I was married, my husband volunteered to do the laundry, or help out with the laundry because I was working, and, as most women, they work and take care of everything. So they really have two jobs instead of one. And he very graciously offered to do the laundry, except that he would put it in the dryer and never take it out. So what's the purpose? And everything came out wrinkled. So Chris, I normally scan images to the highest. Okay, that's all right. So Chris cranks it up too. Hi, Chris. The blue on the orange is fab. Okay. I mean, I'm relatively happy with the Echo printer. You're happy with yours, aren't you, Barb? Once you got it adjusted.
Well, after you finally told me how to fix it, because somehow when you plug that EcoTank in, it defaults to Epson's color set, but on my computer I've got Adobe, so my prints like Adobe better. There is Barbara, Chicken Pot Pie Society. Hi, it's Barbara Clark here, behind the scenes.
Yes, reporting from behind the scenes from
Reporting from behind the scenes. I'm embedded in my junk shop here.
Yes, reporting live from Eureka,
California.
Eureka, California. Brought to you live from Eureka. Oh, let's try this. I'm all over the place. I have to. I don't like that. Let's see, will that work? You know what ink is really awesome? And that's another ink that doesn't stay put is the oxide inks, but they are intense. Hi, Devin. Devin for Arts in the house.
Devin.
I like it. Was anybody watching Timmy on Saturday? He basically has talked Ranger into bringing back there's 20 colors that they basically retired, distress ink, distress colors that they kind of took off the shelf. And now they're bringing them back for like one last road show. And you can buy all 20. And of course, when I went online to look into buying them, they're not available. Go figure, right? But you can get all 20 of the retired colors and the metal case, all for a mere $80 if you're so inclined. If you can't,
which paints are they? Which inks are these?
These are the distress inks that Ranger retired.
Oh, the original distress inks.
Yes, the original ones.
Okay.
And these were some of the all-time favorites too. And
I still have a set of those. Not a huge set, but some.
I bought the original group that came out, and I made a little case for them. And these are the oxide ones, and I put the little thing in the back for the little doohickey thing in the back, you know. But these keep their, you know, and I hardly ever use them.
Devin is saying, was it the inks or the paints?
Paints.
Paints.
I think.
Paints or inks? I
know. Distress paints. The ones that used to come with the daubers, but don't anymore. Aren't those the, wait a minute.
They're little boxes. Like the distress,
it's the ones that they used to come in with daubers, and then they did away with the daubers. Let's see. It's these.
Oh, those. Okay.
Yep. And they retired 20 colors.
I actually still have about 6 of those colors myself.
And
I like those paints, actually. I hardly ever use them. I should use them up.
Yeah, they got you have the little thingy in them, the little.
Yeah, the daubers on about half of them that are inside them didn't really work all that good.
Yes.
For me.
And I had one dauber where I pushed and pushed and pushed, and then the top came off, and I ended up wearing a black walnut.
Oh God!
On a pair of pants that had not been violated by any art accidents, and so now I wear them for arting. But I've got a big black walnut stain on the, and so if it doesn't work, don't squeeze it, because that little top will come flying off. I found out the hard way. But all right, let's see. Now, Mariah said something about orange glad. Yes.
I like your stems.
Yeah, I think they're going to be pretty. I'm just doing a little bit of this. And a little bit of that. I don't want that. Of course, I don't need this.
Bye, Deb.
Bye, Deb. Thanks for being here. She's going to go do something fun. Oh, grandson just arrived. That's fun. I talked to my grandsons this afternoon from Utah. My sons, they've been great. FaceTime every weekend without fail ever since they were, like 1 or 2 years old. Do you think that, because I'm not prepared and I don't have anything, but let me dump this out over here.
Those are pretty. Isn't that pretty?
I think that looks good.
I love that. That is such a great shape.
Thank you. Let me see. I'm rooting around in one of those, you have that little thing on your desk that you throw stuff in.
Yes.
And you just say, I remember I threw something in here that I could use. And then, of course, in order to get at it, you have to empty the whole thing out, right? So, what do you think? Would this be too much if I put like one of these in the middle of the flower? A brad or
I don't
not?
think it'd be too much.
Okay. Okay. I think it would look nice. All right, so let's hold this like so, right there. Get out the stabber. Give it a hold.
Yolanda, do you want us to call you Yolanda or Devin?
I just,
Where does the Devin come from? Devin Rex Art.
yeah. I just found out recently that her name was Yolanda. I figured that out all by myself because people kept on calling her Yolanda. And I said, I think Yolanda might be her name. There. Woo.
That's pretty.
I like that.
Yeah, I love it.
So Dev says Devin is fine. Just answering Rev Sonia's question. Okay. All right. See, this is bigger, and I don't want to. I don't think I want to. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I want to leave it. All right. We got to do something here, Ann. Enough. We were talking, Barbara Owen was talking about words, and the one word, it meant gunk, and it was, I can't remember now, aqua, no, not aqua. But I went to the podcast that she was talking about and listened to, it's the words.
Away with Words.
Away with Words. That's a great one.
Plan to. Was it fun?
It's good. Yeah, it's definitely worth listening to. People will call in about different regional phrases, and it's good. Because my favorite one is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. It's one of my favorite.
Oh, how funny. Yolanda, that is funny. I had a Devin Rex cat, and my boys wanted to start a YouTube channel, so we called it Devin Rex 4. So when I started my art channel, I just changed my name.
Oh, that's great. And those are beautiful cats.
I've not ever picked out a Devin Rex cat from any other cat. Now I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 words. Way with Words, Marty. It's 4 words.
Let's see. I wrote it down. Away. Yeah. Yeah. A. Space. W-A. Yeah.
Yeah. A-W-A-Y.
Yeah.
You pronounced it correctly. Yes, you did, Marty. But it's actually 4 words, not 3. So if you're looking it up, you'll probably find it if you just spelled
Yeah,
it.
I just typed in Away with Words and it popped right up.
I like that too, Colleen. Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. I think that's a lot of fun. I never catch it on, but
I listen to it on a podcast. I very rarely. And another podcast, which is a little, I'm not going to say it's a lot risque because they drop the F-bomb a lot, which it doesn't bother me at all. Is nobody listens to Paula Poundstone. If you really want to get down and get some raunchy stuff, it's funny, it's edgy, and every week they really have a knowledgeable person. That's it. Awk Pucky.
Barbara, go sit in the corner. Barbara says, Marty, do we really need words anymore? Doesn't the middle finger say it all?
Yes. And I would love to do, Lenny Bruce, was it Lenny Bruce or George?
I don't agree with you guys. I think it's too nasty. I don't like the F-bomb word, and people are too nasty. So no.
Well,
I
the
don't think
Irish, when the Irish say it, though, it sounds so much better when the Irish say it.
well,
It does. And if you really, if well, see,
acupuncture.
that was
That's a
it.
plumbing gun. Acupuncture. Yeah.
Yeah, because Barb
Oh,
said that.
Janice, you've got a good brain. You remember all that stuff.
Yeah, and you can actually find that episode if you go away with words. You'll see that they'll say that they'll have that in there.
Oh,
You
how
can
funny. Okay.
scroll down. And she said that Clausman said that a lot. Yes, there you go. Barb, Lenny Bruce, Paula Poundstone, yeah. And George Carlin did a whole routine about the expression when you say to somebody, go F yourself, you're really telling them to go make love because that's what F-U-C-K is. And the origins of F-U-C-K, it was an acronym, F period, U period, C period, K period. And they would write those initials after a sailor's name who had spent the night in a brothel. Found unlawful carnal knowledge.
Found unlawful carnal knowledge is what that comes from.
Yeah, they would write those initials in the when they would next to a sailor's name who had spent the night in a brothel. Or
the 7 words you cannot say way back when.
Yep. And then, or the F-U-C-K also, depending on where you look, could also stand for fornication under the consent of the king. When you got married, you had to ask the king permission to.
How funny.
The king actually, by law, had first dibs on your wife.
Oh, dear. Talk about chattel, huh?
Yeah. We've come a long way, baby.
Yes, Janice, it is interesting what we learn in art streams. Barbara, Chicken Pot Pie Society says that's what Woody Allen said when he was in a car accident. He told the other driver to be fruitful and multiply, but not in those words.
Well, words, they're great. Oh, one of my favorite words is onomatopoeia. And what an onomatopoeia is, I love what it is. And I just like saying onomatopoeia. It's just a great word. It's a wonderful word. It sounds like what it is. All right.
Well, onomatopoeia is almost a haiku all by itself.
It is, yeah. Now, haiku is that 15?
No,
15,
5, 7, and 5.
5, 7, 5. Yes. Okay. I knew that.
So onomatopoeia is 6. So if it were the second sentence, what would be the first 5? That'd be funny if we started writing haiku on your live stream, Ann.
Hey, I did an art, like a mixed media art journal thing, and I did the whole alphabet, and I wrote a haiku for every letter in the alphabet.
You did? Wow.
I still have it. I don't know that I'd want to share it with anybody, but yeah. I love haiku because it's not threatening. You know what I mean? It's not. My students liked haiku, and they also like found poetry. That's always fun too.
That is kind of interesting. I've had some success with that and a lot of failure.
Yeah. But that's a lost art. People don't write. I mean, people don't read poetry.
Hey, Riri. Riri's here.
Hey, Riri.
I don't know if she's been here and I just saw it.
I don't know. Maybe she's here to clean up our act. I don't know. All right. So, should the blue flower go in the front or should it go in the back?
The back.
Like so?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to start nailing this stuff down. I mean, not nail it down, but kind of commit.
Mariah's multitasking in the background.
Yes. Well, Sunday's busy because I know they're running around getting things ready for the school week for Izzy, and that can always be distressful. No, stressful, not de-stressful. Did I just say de-stressful? Oh my God. I'm thinking of Distress Inc. All right. Let me try this. I don't know that glue would work, so I think I'm gonna use double-sided tape. All right, let's do this. Okay. It's nice that it's still light out when I get done streaming. You know? And I put the garbage out and it's not pitch black.
It doesn't seem so much like cocktail hour.
Well, yeah, I'm past cocktail hour. I can't wait. One of these times, I'll just have it ready. I'm a creature of habit.
Well, there's something about the setting sun and cocktail hour. They just kind of go together.
Yeah. And I just put that tape on the wrong. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah. But
Beth Schuler is asking Riri if she can see Beth. Riri, can you see Beth?
Why wouldn't you be able to see Beth?
I don't know.
Beth, why do you think we can't see you?
Maybe she thinks she's blocked.
What? Who's blocked? No one's blocked.
Beth thinks that she is blocked from Riri.
Oh, that's something. That sounds like a personal problem to me. I'm sorry.
She cannot see Riri.
Oh dear. Why?
Are you on live chat, Beth?
I can see both. We can see both of yous. Is Angie back? Oh, Angie's back. Angie. Did you go to the Mexican restaurant?
Oh, how weird. They don't see each other.
No, that's something that's
bizarre.
That's something in your settings.
It's a YouTube thing that happens.
Yeah.
Janet says.
They just randomly decide, okay, Beth and Riri can't see one another tonight. Sorry. Work it out amongst yourselves.
That is rather odd, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I watched this guy, Nick. What's his name now? Nick Nemon. And he does like YouTube stuff, like how to grow your channel and all of that neat stuff. And he's got a twin brother, and they both do the same thing. And they live in Thailand, which I think is interesting. They both ended up in Thailand. I guess Nick went, or his brother went, and then they followed him. So he's got a lot of good information about how to grow your channel, and they have live Q&A, but the only way to get your questions answered is if you give them money, and then you go to the front of the list. Yeah, Nick, yes. Is it Nick and Nate? Isn't that weird? You have twins, you name them Nick and Nate. I guess I don't know. Just seems. I want to know why YouTube keeps on taking my my subscribers away. Carol contends that if people don't leave comments, they take them away. But that kind of makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. I so appreciate this opportunity to open my channel to some new people coming over from P&M. That's just been, it's very helpful. Every little bit helps. It's kind of, all right, here we go.
Colleen is going. Bye, Colleen.
Bye, Colleen. Thanks so much for stopping by. It was very nice of you to come by and say hey. Hey. Hey is for horses. Ha 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 ha. Oh, that's fun. Barbara Clark. Better Nick and Nate than Nick and Knack. Nick and Knack, that's fine. They're very knowledgeable. And they know a lot about, even though, I watch them on YouTube. They're basically StreamYarders. Oh, okay. So Devin's saying sometimes it can happen by accident, or sometimes it's a YouTube glitch. Yes, good old YouTube. I really like StreamYard. I'm cheap. I'm only running the free version. But man, there's a lot of bells and whistles on StreamYard. I think that should go right there. What do you think? Does that look there? Is that good there?
Yeah.
Yeah, or should that go there?
Oh, in the front.
Yes.
No. In front of the yellow one.
This
the
one.
yellow one where you were not on the yellow one, but just kind of falling down in front. Yeah.
Thank you.
Or the other side, maybe between the red and the yellow. No, down over the pot. There.
Yes, thank you. I like that. Thank you so much. And I don't have to put a stem on that because you can't see that. So I'm just going to put a double-sided tape. Is working really well. You did a free. I did a free week a long time ago when we first started. Yeah, you get a lot for free. Actually, before I do that, I better put these down. But this is going to go like so. Yes. And I found out, and maybe somebody in here knows the answer to this question. You can't use your iPhone camera on YouTube until you have 1,000 subscribers.
Oh.
And I'm using a Logitech 922, which a lot of people use, and I'm not real happy with it. And a lot of people actually say that really the best camera is the one that's on your phone. If you have an iPhone, higher, whatever. And you can find, that's what you're saying. You can find, there's Streamlabs and there's Prism. There's software out there that allows you to use your phone as your camera. But my question is, does StreamYard recognize that software? I guess that's my concern. Let's take this here. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. Because I'd like to use my phone.
Riri, look at her comment. One day I went to work and the guy next to me cleaned up my desk. I told him if he ever did it again, I'd make his look like mine. Oh, funny.
Oh, can you imagine what kind of person that is? That he had enough cojones to clean your desk up?
That would be really terrible.
What a joy he must be to live with, huh?
And at work? Oh, my God.
I would say that's a little ballsy. Just saying.
Ballsy, that's good. A little rude.
Yeah. Did he apologize at least for cleaning up your, or not? Did he go, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that? Or he thought that he was doing a service to the office by cleaning up your disarray? That's wow.
No, that is really, that is beyond not nice. That is like, yeah, fella, what about boundaries? Don't you understand?
Yeah, that is just so rude.
It is. It is rude.
I mean, even that guy that goes around mows lawns for free, at least he asks first. Have you watched him? He's incredible.
Hey, Dana.
He not,
A raised flower bed. Oh, how fun.
ooh. He was silent for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Only the rest of the week? Jeez. Can't imagine.
Yes, Beth announced you're journaling by 5 this coming Wednesday, so we will be there.
We're all psyched. Psych.
And y'all come on Thursday to Lisa's stream because she and I are going to be playing with this grid journaling.
Oh, I know. I did some of that. You know who does? It's not really journaling. There's an artist by the name of Dan Terrell, and he does the most amazing kind of charcoal and paint. And a lot of times he'll do like 4 pieces, you know,
Mm-hmm.
not a big grid.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching, is it the person that inspired Lena? Mary Willis?
Mary Ellis.
Ellis, yes.
What time on Wednesday, Yolanda? Wednesday. Oh, Dana, what time on Wednesday? Wait a minute. I had it on my calendar this last
Didn't they
week.
say 4:30?
Yeah, I think so. 4:30 Eastern on Wednesday for Dana. And Thursday is she comes on at 11:30 my time, so 1:30 Central Time for Lisa. Okay, who's saying? Marty's saying Friday, Monday, and Thursday. Marty. Who on Friday, Monday, and Thursday?
Anybody you want.
Well, Barb's on Friday at 1 o'clock Central. Lisa's on Thursday at 1:30 Central. I get confused.
Yeah. And I know that Rebecca creates, she tried to put together a calendar with everybody. And I mean, and people over the years have tried to put something together that makes sense.
You got it, Devin. Yolanda, you got it.
It doesn't work.
Yes, that is correct. I don't know who people were talking about for Friday. Monday, Lisa's on Monday too. She's going to be on tomorrow at her regular time, which is 1:30. 1:30.
1:30.
1:30 tomorrow, and she's going to be working on her new everything book.
Yeah. Is she the one that printed that out? I printed. Was this her? Oh, listen to this. Rabbit trail.
Rabbits. Following the rabbits.
No, look out. I just dropped it. Oh, and I don't even know where I got it. I printed it out. It is so sweet. It is amazing.
Oh.
The contents of this journal are intended for an audience of one, me. I plan to use this book as a place where I can make mistakes. I can decide what works and what doesn't. I can experiment. I can have fun. I can copy someone else's technique for the purpose of learning. I'm going to use this space as a sounding board to test things and not judge myself harshly when I don't meet up to my own preconceived standards. If what I make is ugly, that's okay. If I hate it, that's fine. It's okay because I'm learning and I know that the end result isn't as important as the process itself. This journal is just for me, so I am not going to hold myself back. I want a book like that. That's like
That's lovely.
I need a book like that. Don't we all need a book like that?
Aren't all my books like that?
I wish all my books were like that.
All my books are like that.
Okay.
They are whatever they are. They have their own life.
Yes. Now, here, 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 here.
The only comment I want to make is that so far is the yellow one down?
Yes.
Okay.
I can pull it up.
Still have a view of the little lip of the pot.
Oh. You like that? I can pull it up.
Can you? I'd move it over a hair so you can see a little bit, or move it up a hair so you can see the lip of the pot.
Like so?
Yeah. And then I'd dangle the other one a little bit lower than that.
Like here?
I would. Yeah. So you can still see the shape of the pot behind it.
Okay. So let me stick that.
Brenda's saying, Anne, where do I find this? What are you talking about, Brenda? Oh, the thing that she read?
I don't know. I don't know. It was on somebody's thing and it said, click this and you can print it out. And I clicked it and I printed it out and I don't know.
Oh.
So that's not what you wanted though, is it? You want that. How about if I stick this over here?
Yeah.
Right? How's that?
Works.
That's kind of, you have a little cascadey thing here. I mean, this is all, this is all movable. So now I don't know. I think we're done. I got this. Stick this like here, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's getting busy.
Well, off the lip of it and have a curling stem up into the thing.
A curling stem.
Like throw it off there on the.
Oh, and then have a stem like this, like this.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. A dangler. There you go.
All righty. See? And I can kind of maybe, let me do this. I want a stem that's kind of go like so. Like this, right? And like that, and like that. Okay, gotcha. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. Now, I didn't get to the stamp, but next week I will. I have plans for the stamp, and I'll show you the stamp. I got a, where is it? I got a foamy deer stamp.
Oh, lovely.
And I have, my plan is to, I'm going to use Inktense. Going to spritz this, rub Inktense on it, and use Inktense as the medium in which I'm going to stamp with. And I'm going to make a steampunky like tag out of corrugated cardboard box with lots of gears, because I have a gear. I've got one of, I only have 2 of those big stamps. I mean, the big die cuts, the fat ones. You know what those are? I have no idea what they're called.
Riri had a question up there, I think, for Dana. Is it a prompt list? Riri, the journaling by 5s is a process where you do 5 different steps. One of them is color, one of them is collage, one of them is stamping and stenciling, one of them is focal image, and then one of them is doodling. So you do those 5 different things with the timer running. And they're going to do 10 pages and set the timer for 10 minutes, I believe.
Oh, wow. So you're only going to have a minute. So,
well, if you do 20 pages in 15 minutes, you have less.
That's true. See, that's true. Is this Shannon Green? I think she is the inventor of that, I do believe.
I think she is too.
Mm-hmm. It's great when you just like me. I'm a
That looks
pond.
great, Ann. I like that a
I
lot.
think that looks good right there, like that, hanging
Yeah.
out there. All right. Thanks for the idea.
You bet.
Idea. Idea.
You bet. This is great to do art in somebody else's studio.
It's great to have advice. Yeah, I have that die cut. The big fat die cuts. You know, the ones that, and I don't even know what you call. I have a whole bunch of thin die cuts. You know, thin things. But then I got a fat one. As I drop them all over the floor. That make gears. So I'm going to do a whole gears thing. I got gears. And I cut up a corrugated cardboard box, and it's the Amazon corrugated box. And I only use pieces that have numbers or printing on them. So, you know, some of them the boxes have arrows and letters and numbers. So I only use those parts. All right. So this is going to go here. And this is going to go here.
Wonderful.
And let me get this up here like so. Yeah. These look like little bugs too. I made one that looked like a little bug. A little
I think
bug.
this is a fun page, Ann.
Yeah, I think so. Kind of general consensus and people helping out. And I've had fun. And that's what we want. And I really like this, how this, with the frottage and the embossing glaze,
Yeah, that's cool. That's a very neat process. I like that too. Makes me think of doing that more often because I usually just go to the jelly plate.
Yeah, and I tried the damnedest to stay away from the jelly plates. Huh?
Well, you know what else? What else? Combine these. If I have a jelly print that I don't like much, then do that scraping over it
Yeah,
with a stencil.
that's an idea.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. All right. I don't think I'm going to put anything more on that. It's pretty busy, but I like
Oh,
it.
I like that. That's
Making that
great.
nice.
Look at that.
Now I might draw in like a line across here at the bottom to maybe so it's not floating in air, give it a table.
Give it a table, sure.
Even though you've kind of got a line here that's a natural line from the, and I'll trim this all up and maybe move this up. It's not up a little bit, but I've got a line here. So,
Or you could cut up a piece of a jelly print you don't like and make it a table.
oh,
I'm going to keep after you, you know.
you are ruthless,
I'm going to
woman.
be merciless.
I don't have, you know what? Honestly, I have a whole book full of jelly plate prints.
You do?
Inspired by none other than Robin McClendon.
Oh, I bet they're pretty prints too.
Yeah, and well, a lot of them are what they call ombre,
Yeah.
because I can do ombre. I can do ombre with the best of them. But beyond that, not so much. All right, we got a couple of minutes. All right. So I have to figure out how to bind this. This is an old National Geographic book. But let's see.
I'll say.
Well, this is not me. Let me get some of my stuff. This is mine. This is my
Whoa,
stencil
look
I made.
at that.
This is mine. This is a jelly plate that I cut up. This is mine, a stencil that I made. So this is mine. This is mine. So I got some
You got some pages in there, kiddo.
cred.
Well, you know what? You don't have to like every technique there is in the world. And if you
Right.
just don't care about jelly plating as much as the rest of us, so what?
Okay. So this is mine. This
I
is
like
mine.
them. I love them, in fact.
This is Patty Tully Parrish's stencil.
Yes.
This is mine.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So I have some that are, I like the metallic. I have the what do you call it? Arteza metallic. This is mine. You can see. I think this is mine. Yeah, I got some. This is mine. I haven't realized, so I forgot about this. I love this. I want to go back and finish it,
I think that's wonderful.
but I don't know,
Bye,
this-
Mariah. Heading out.
All right, Mariah, thank you again so much for the gift and allowing me to kind of share using your wonderful products.
I love those pages, Anne. Those are lovely.
Yeah, I have to. I forget about them. Forget about it. So I'll have to go back and take another look. They just need all they now need are pictures, focal points, and so that's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to leave now. I'm going to say good night to everybody and thank Barbara for being here.
You're very welcome.
It's been a lot of fun, and I hope everyone has a wonderful week. And I hope dear friend Carol is on the mend. Hope she's getting all the rest she needs. So that's it. I'm just going to say
Night, everyone.
good night.
See y'all elsewhere this week.
Yes, 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 yes. You can't be good, be careful.
There you go.
There you go. That's what my mother used to say. All righty.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.